Morning, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Hour streaming studio. Hope everyone is having a nice Wednesday morning. Waking up to a little bit of snow this morning here in Lincoln. Saw a very narrow band of snow. Looks like maybe it would have been a tenth of an inch or so at my house, but again, Lincoln Airport officially just reporting a trace this morning. That's something we'll have to watch throughout the day to see if we finally have broken our string of consecutive days with no measurable snow. Again, got to go all the way back to mid-January of this year. Last time we had measurable snow here in Lincoln. Certainly looked like it in my neighborhood this morning, but again, that official number coming from the airport. Expecting a cold and blustery day out there today. Definitely going to feel December-like. They're going to be cold the next couple of days. Watching a chance for rain, snow, wintry mix later this week as well. We're going to talk about it all here over the next few minutes. First, though, look at your Lincoln Weather Almanac. These are the numbers from yesterday, 45 and 19. Pretty close to normal for this time of year. That low of 19 right where we should be. Again, the average high, 41, average low, 19. Again, it's been a few weeks now since we've seen any measurable moisture, about 2/3 of an inch below average in terms of liquid precipitation now for the year, and again, almost 4 inches below average for our snowfall for the year. Again, through December 11th. Again, we'll have to wait and see if the Lincoln Almanac comes in with a tenth of an inch or a trace. Again, officially, as of this morning, it was a trace, but again, that will could change, as we did see, again, some scattered light snow showers across the state yesterday. I checked this morning. I haven't seen any reports. I'm sure there was, but I checked this morning, and I haven't seen any reports of any measurable snowfall amounts from the activity that we had yesterday and then into early this morning. And again, you can see there were some fairly narrow bands that kind of pushed through the area a little bit. Wider of a band there across parts of the Sandhills into northwestern Nebraska, also into parts of south central Nebraska as well this morning, though. Again, very, very narrow band kind of drifting through the northeastern corner of Lancaster County. And again, you can see this is the estimated snowfall according to the radar. It kind of cut right diagonally right through Lincoln, and again, so the airport on the northwest side of town is real close to that band. Again, so my house, again, east central Lincoln is in that band where you could make an argument that you had a tenth of an inch of snow, but certainly the south central, southwestern, kind of northwestern side of town really didn't see much with that little snow shower that we had moved through around 3 a.m. Or so early this morning. So again, I mentioned it already, but again, still waiting for it. That first measurable snowfall of the season. Again, our last measurable snow was January 18th, so today makes 328 days since our last measurable snowfall, and that is by far and away the longest stretch of days that we've had between our last snow of the season and then the first snow of the next season. So still waiting. We'll have to wait for that official almanac to come out later today. Weather headlines for your Wednesday. It's going to be cold and breezy out there today. We'll also keep an eye on a chance again for some flurries, maybe a passing light snow shower across the state. Temperatures look like they'll be even colder, though, as we head at least by a few degrees into the day on Thursday. And then we're going to keep our eyes on Friday. Chance for a little bit of a wintry mix through the day on Friday. Some models just have rain here in Lincoln and across eastern Nebraska. Some have the potential maybe for some freezing precipitation, and some have snow. So again, still a couple days away, so something we'll keep a close eye on here over the next day or two. Right now, sky views from across the state showing plenty of cloud cover out there. I think we're generally going to see a mostly cloudy day, maybe a few peaks of sunshine here and there. Right now, Lincoln Airport's at 18 degrees. We're at 20 degrees here in Midtown Lincoln. Feels like 11, though, when we factor in that north wind at 5 miles an hour. So again, a chilly start to our Wednesday. Temperatures across the Lincoln Metro generally sitting at right around 20 degrees, 20 or 21 across much of the Lincoln Metro early this morning on the Tempest weather stations. Across the state, coldest readings are across north central, northeastern Nebraska, where it's 9 right now in Wayne, but lower teens for areas like O'Neill, Norfolk, Tacoma, 15 in Columbus, 18 at the Lincoln Airport, 23 in Beatrice, 22 in Grand Island, 30 in North Platte today. And again, that's going to be the trend today. Coldest readings are going to be in the northeast. It's going to be a little bit milder as you head across the far west and southwestern sections of the state. Winds are fairly light for most of us, a little bit stronger, again, in the northeast, out of the north and west at around 10 to 15 miles an hour. You factor in those winds, and early this morning, we have wind chills. I forgot to click it on here. See if I can click it on. We can go back to our wind chills. What to do? There we go. Wind chills early this morning as cold as 7 below in Wayne. It's 3 below in O'Neill, 1 below in Norfolk, 1 right now in Columbus, 5 in Albion, 8 in York, 11 degrees here in Lincoln. So again, one of the colder mornings that we've had so far this season, especially for the north central, northeastern corner of the state. So again, definitely need the coat as you head out the door early this morning. Satellite and radar picture again looks like this. If you look at it, again, this is the 6-hour loop. And actually, we might have missed it. I'm going to change it here to the last 12 hours. And I'll try and pause it here as that little band of snow moves through Lincoln and Lancaster County. But you can see late last night, some of those snow showers moving through. And then about 3 a.m. or so, again, you can see just that little band of snow, that little cluster of snow showers passing through the northern and northeastern parts of Lancaster County. And that's what brought in that very narrow band of snowfall to the area. Otherwise, early this morning, things are fairly quiet. There's not a whole lot of activity that is currently on the board. If we look at the visible satellite imagery, you can just barely make out, I guess the clouds are kind of moving in, but you can just barely make out that little teeny tiny band of light snow into far southeastern Nebraska that would stretch back into Lincoln and parts of Lancaster County from that snow that moved through early this morning. If we put it into motion again, watch the sun come up there, you can kind of see that band just a little bit better. But again, you can also see the cloud cover, a good chunk of the state dealing with clouds, and I think that's what we're going to see throughout the day, partly to mostly cloudy skies, a few peaks of sunshine at times, but overall definitely going to be dealing with more cloud cover than sunshine as we head through the day today. We zoom out and look at a regional view. Overall, again, things are fairly quiet. There's some scattered snow showers across parts of Wisconsin, Michigan, down into Illinois. Also continuing to deal with some snow across parts of western South Dakota over into Rapid City. We zoom out and look at a national view. Things are busier across the East Coast where they have a pretty good swath of rain and also some snow on the back end stretching up the East Coast all the way down actually from parts of Florida and then all the way up into the New England area. So a pretty good system heading up the eastern seaboard. And again, if you look at the weather alerts, they actually have flood watches in place for parts of New England. You also have high wind watches for parts of Maine. You have winter weather advisories up in the mix there too, down into the Appalachians. You have some frost advisories down into parts of North Florida. So again, a pretty dynamic system moving up the eastern seaboard there. Otherwise, winter weather advisories across parts of Montana over towards Rapid City. But things here at home across much of the Central Plains are fairly quiet. We check out Skycast heading through the day today. Again, going to be dealing with the cloud cover. There could be a flurry or a passing light snow shower, but I think most of us are going to stay dry as we head through the day on Wednesday. Again, dealing with more clouds than sun throughout the day. Also going to be a bit blustery. Northwest winds will say 10 to 20 miles an hour. Some occasional gusts between 20 and 30 miles an hour possible. It's going to make it feel a little bit colder throughout the day. But again, generally looking at dry conditions through the day today. Into the day on Thursday, kind of more of the same. I think we're going to be dealing with more clouds than sun across a good chunk of the state through the day on Thursday. That's going to continue to be cold, especially across the eastern and northeastern corner of the state. A little bit warmer as you head further to the west and to the southwest, but generally dry through the day on Thursday. I think maybe a little bit more sunshine into the afternoon, but then as we head Thursday into Friday, our next system is going to begin to push into the area, so we're going to see clouds begin to increase. And then we're also going to see temperatures warm enough that I think we could be dealing, like I mentioned at the very beginning, dealing with some rain into the afternoon. But as we head towards Friday evening, we could eventually see that rain turn over to a little bit of a mix. Could see some freezing precipitation in there. Could also see some snow mixed in there as well. Again, that's going to be Friday afternoon into the evening. Our Skycast here stops at 5 o'clock Friday. But again, this looks like it's going to be our best chance for some moisture as we head over the course of the next several days. Is going to be Friday afternoon into Friday evening, Friday night. But again, it could start off as rain, but then dealing with that changeover from rain eventually to snow. So that means we could see a period in there where we do see some freezing precipitation mixed in there as well. Also looks like it's going to be breezy during that time frame as well. So again, this will be the time frame to watch is Friday evening into Friday night. across much of the state. So again, make sure you check back on that forecast. If you look at the 7-day precipitation potential, again, there's not much, but that eastern half of the state does have at least the potential for some light moisture, and it looks like most of that would be coming during that Friday time frame. As far as temperatures are concerned, highs today again going to be coldest in the northeast, only low 20s in areas like Wayne and Norfolk, getting into the low 30s here in Lincoln, mid to upper 30s for the Tri-Cities, and then 40s and maybe even some low 50s in the far west and southwestern corner of the state. Again, these are colder than normal, but it will feel even colder when we factor in the wind as we head through the day today. Low temperatures tonight, again, going to be another cold night. Single digits, teens, and low 20s across the state. Here in Lincoln, we'll say 16. Same in Grand Island, 17 in Hastings, 15 in North Platte into Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, again, at teens, 20s, 30s for a good chunk of the coverage area. Some 40s to near 50 degrees in the Panhandle. In Lincoln, we'll say 28 degrees for the day tomorrow. So again, a little bit colder tomorrow than today, but when we factor in the wind, it will feel even colder than that as well. Extended forecast for us, you can see 32 today, 28 tomorrow, and then Friday a high of 34, so we climb above freezing. So again, that's when we could see rain in the afternoon, but eventually changing over to that wintry mix as temperatures drop back into Friday evening. Then 37 on Saturday, small chance for some lingering moisture. Then back into the upper 40s on Sunday, so weekend isn't going to be a complete loss there. It looks like it should be pretty nice on Sunday. Low 50s then on Monday of next week as we start the week next week before we drop back down to the low 40s by next Tuesday. Again, best chance for moisture is going to be in that Friday afternoon, Friday evening, Friday night time frame for us as we head over the course of the next week. 10-day forecast for select cities across the state looks like this. You can see cold weather for the most part as we head over the next several days, but warming up as we head into the second half of the weekend and into early next week before temperatures fall back closer to normal as we head through much of the work week next week. Precip chances look like this. Again, you can see there's some very low-end chances today and tomorrow, maybe for some flurries or passing light snow showers, kind of like what we saw yesterday. Friday is going to be our best chance for a little bit more widespread moisture, I think, especially across the eastern half of the state. That could linger and spill over into the day on Saturday, but then past that, again, chances this weekend and early next week are fairly hit and miss. Middle part of the work week next week we'll keep an eye on. Again, long-range systems, long-range models have maybe a system swinging through midweek next week, but we'll keep an eye on that. 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. This takes us December 18th through December 24th, taking us through the Christmas Eve holiday. Again, favors by a pretty wide margin above average temperatures, not just across the state, but across much of the region as well. Again, I know a lot of folks would maybe like it cold and snowy for the Christmas holiday. It's still a few days off, 2 weeks away. Again, right now, long-range outlook, though, would make you believe that maybe not necessarily cold, with above-average temperatures favored, according to the Climate Prediction Center, as well as below-average precipitation through that time frame as well. So, again, that is something we will keep an eye on as we continue to get closer to that Christmas holiday. But, again, for today, it's going to be cold, a little bit on the blustery side, maybe a flurry or two out there, but generally dry. Friday is going to be the time frame we want to keep an eye on, though, as we head over the next several days. Watching for the potential for rain, eventually turning over to a little bit of a mix, and then maybe all snow as we head into Friday evening and Friday night. So we'll keep an eye on that, keep you updated with what you need to know. But again, make sure you check back with the forecast as we head throughout the rest of the week to get the latest details. Appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. As always, again, hope everyone stays warm out there. Until next time, hope everyone has a nice Wednesday.